How's it going, everybody out there? I had made a couple of videos before this one, but they were pretty vulgar, and I didn't really feel like uploading them to YouTube. I thought about it for a while because it's not like I was cussing in every sentence or anything, but I was pretty much venting out of drunkenness and out of deep hatred for my gang stalkers, and that kind of just mixed together. And I'm gonna try to recap everything I did say in those other videos in a more humble kind of way, I guess you could say. I don't know. I left him alone for a while because I was leaning like, should I just upload these videos, and let people know how I really am sometimes, because I could be a real nasty person sometimes, and I felt like, why not just release that? Why not just let people know how I can be, in my head, and just be released, release the beast, and I still might just end up uploading them to YouTube so you guys could see, it's nothing too crazy, but, there's some cursing and stuff like that, and it's just like, basically just saying F the government, and anyways. Let me try to recap. So basically, this is what happened. This is why I've been off for a minute, So like the day after Christmas, basically is when it started with the V2K and the harassment. They started using their extreme low frequencies on me, putting voices into my head, and recapping them like all the time, like just constantly being cursed. Like constantly being cursed. You guys know what curse words are. I don't want to. And the thing is like they're voices from like my so-called neighbors and even some of my family members and stuff. But it took me a minute again to recognize like what it was, because I've recognized what it was already a while back, and what it is, it's synthetic telepathy. But for some reason, like with all the gaslighting that they've been doing on me lately, it made me relapse, into thinking like crazy again, basically, But that's what this whole program is designed to do. Is designed to make you go crazy, and a lot of people know this. A lot of gang stalkers know. They haven't dipped to that level themselves, maybe, but they know what the program is designed to do, and it's designed for people to either commit suicide or go to like an insane asylum, like go to the doctor and say like, I'm hearing voices, I'm going crazy and stuff like that. And that's just one of the deepest tactics they attack you with the program. I think that's like that's a high level of what the program is designed to do. So yeah, and it's like I've been struggling for like a month, like a month after Christmas, like with all of that, and it's really, really hit me hard, man. Like I spent more money on alcohol in January than I ever have throughout I don't know, I spent a lot of money on alcohol, and it almost made me go broke. Like, I know that's sad to hear. Like, I was buying like a 12-pack a day almost for a while, because I got really depressed, and I'm sorry if you don't want to hear that, but I don't normally drink that much, I don't normally drink that much, but like, it really got to me. It got me depressed. It got me crazy anxious. It filled me with crazy anxiety. Again, you know. And I hope you could just understand my situation if you're a true TI, I hope that you can understand, like, that's not that's not what I intended to do in January, was to drink myself and drown myself. But, it's definitely not what I intended. They always like to attack you when you're trying to improve yourself. That's when they try to attack you the most, is when you're trying to improve your life. So, yeah, I know a lot of my neighbors, if not all of them, that are surrounding me right now are part of my targeting. I know my upstairs neighbor is, for sure. He just decided to reveal himself within the last couple of months, and, yeah, he's a straight demon. I don't like him at all. And, my neighbor across from me, I know she's targeting me. I know one day I decided to go and work down in Sacramento for door dashing, because that's what I do. That's what I've been doing for the last 4 years now, ever since 2020, basically, because whole pandemic made me lose my job at college that I was working at. But anyways, so I decided to do, door dashing. I don't have to deal with wearing a mask everywhere or anything like that, or just dealing with people in general. So, anyways, a little off topic. I decided to DoorDash in Sacramento, which is only about 20 or 30 minutes away from where I live currently. And then my neighbor across from me, she was like, "Hey, I saw you downtown. Sac, at this place, whatever, picking up." And I'm like, "Really? What a coincidence, I'm like never in downtown Sac. I just so happened to be in Sacramento that day working because I didn't have a schedule set up for me here in my hometown. And I never, ever dash anywhere except for where I live, And she just so happened to say, she saw me working downtown, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I saw you downtown. I work down there." But the funny thing is that she said she works at home before that time, when I first talked to her. And, yeah, so I know she's definitely targeting me. She put a Target bag out, like, right in front of her door. So when I step out, I just see it, like, a couple of times now, So, yeah, she's involved in my targeting. My upstairs neighbor is definitely involved in my targeting. And this is, I'll tell you what, this is why I know for certain. Because, within the last 2 or 3 months, a few times now, I've been put into like a sleep paralysis. And in case you don't know what that is, it's like when you're awake, but you can't move because your mind is still like in a sleep state, but you could see what's in front of you, you know where you're at. And then they also put me into sleep apnea, which is where you can't breathe. They stop you from breathing, and they've done this to me a few times now. They especially love to attack me when I'm not sleeping at my own home like that, like when I'm sleeping somewhere else because I try to escape them is when they definitely try to attack me like that. And it's to cause trauma into my life, And anyway, so basically what happened one day was they put me into that they put me in sleep paralysis and apnea one morning. It usually happens in the early morning, early morning. So I wake up freaking out, like I thought I was gonna die, Like that's why I always think, like, damn, they could have just killed me, And so I hear him, my upstairs neighbor, talking to one of my other neighbors across from me over here. And they started just like talking like regular chit chat, and they mentioned sleep apnea and stuff like that. like I wasn't supposed to notice or hear that, you know. And I was like, I picked that up, and I was like, oh damn, you know, like it's on, you know, like these guys are obviously part of the program, you know. So yeah, I mean, I'm bouncing back though, you know. I've asked for people to pray for me, and I am bouncing back, you know, because I started recognizing again, like it's all synthetic, you know. It's like this V2K stuff, you know. And even though the CAI, the CAI for sure, yeah, that's damn right. You damn right, it's the CAI. But it's also the government, you know. They are broadcasting you, the TIs, you know. They're broadcasting your every thought and your every thought, man. What's that? And that's the worst part about it. If you don't recognize that as a TI, that is definitely the worst part about it, because that's how they script out your day. That's how they script out your life. That's how the handlers will tell people like, hey, do this, do that. It's because your thoughts are always being broadcasted. So they know not only through your data, through your through your web searches and on the internet in general. Not only can they not only do they suffice and like plan out your day through your data, but they also have your mind on broadcast. So not so that they're reading your thoughts, and they can also do things to you through the broadcast as well, to your own body, like use direct energy onto your body. A lot of people get burned or like overheated. Overheated bodies, what they do to me. That's what they haven't done it in a while, but they do. That's one thing they have done to me. They overheat my body. Sorry if I'm being a little quiet. I just don't feel like being too loud. Because I know my neighbors listen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. It's like they got their ear pressed to the goddamn floor and shit. You know, but yeah, I'm thankful for the prayers, you know, and I'm thankful for the TIs that are out there, like, you know, just speaking truth on YouTube, you know. And yeah, you know, Adriana tells, thank you for your prayers. And she's like super spiritual, like godly person, you know, and I like that. I like hearing her side of the godliness, you know, when it comes to the targeted, you know. And then like you got people like DB and Gang Stalking Simulation, which is, you know, he's a godly person too, you know, but he's like more like, you know, on the guy side. He's just, I don't know, he keeps it more real, you know. He don't give a fuck. He's just like, this is a blatant bat, you know, like hit you in the face. It's like yin and yang to me, you know. It's like I need that balance kind of thing, you know. But yeah, and there's a lot of other TIs out there too, you know, that are on YouTube. But you know, then again, you got a lot of people on YouTube talking about the whole gang stalking program that ain't really part of the program. You know, they're just getting involved because, for all I know, they could just be they could be the stalkers themselves, you know, trying to like steer you off or some shit, you know, or just trying to mock you by making like, because that has a lot to do with the program too, is the mocking. The constant mocking. Operation Mockingbird is part of the whole program too. So I don't know how long I can keep this video going, because it's already 14 minutes and I don't know if I have to make a part 2 or not. But let me just add a few more things, okay? Because basically what we are to this program is we're just a bunch of guinea pigs, really, to like not just test our own faith and salvation in God, but also for the last days too, because I feel like a lot of this synthetic telepathy is going to be rolled out onto the masses and onto the mass public at large, you know, not just to a few individuals out there. And also It's like, yeah. So I think that's how it's gonna be, you know. And so we gotta we gotta try to stay true. You know, I'm not perfect by any means. I've backslidden a lot, you know, and I'm not. I'm ashamed of it, you know. But I know that the Lord is real, you know, because I have felt His grace and His presence before, you know, and I'm just hoping I can get back to that, you know, and so yeah, we're just like a bunch of guinea pigs for this whole social engineering project, because that's what gang stalking content basically is. It's like a whole social engineering project, and if you're a TI, and you're like the main focus of the program in your community, then they're gonna try to nail you in every single way. They're gonna build mom and pop shops up and name them certain things to like subliminally get to you, and like the menus and like even like the smallest things, you know, like they'll try to like implant things into your head so like that way you can get triggered, and yeah, they try to trigger you, you know, in many different ways, you know, and it goes deeper than like the smear campaigns, you know, because the smear campaigns is the reason for like the long waits and like the small irritations that you face on the daily, and it's not just a coincidence, you know, it's because of the smear campaigns. And so yeah, I mean, just stay true, you know, and just try to do the best you can, you know, for everybody. Like, don't hold a grudge against anybody. Instead, you should try to show them love, because you reap what you sow. These people want to try to bring you down to a level where you can't get back up, and that's a lot. That's a part of it, a lot. You know, it's like they try to like beat you down to a point where like they don't want to see you rise again. You know, because you know, and these people think they're doing justice, but they ain't doing no justice. You know, they're only doing harm unto themselves and unto you and people like me. So you know, if you're dealing with the V2K, I feel for you, man, because I've been through it. I'm going through it at times, and it's like the worst of the programming. You know, it's the very, it's the very worst of this whole targeting situation. I hate it. I hate it to a core, man. It's like, and I hate these demons that are doing this to me, you know, and to everybody like me out there. I am drinking a beer right now, so cheers to all my TIs, to all my gang stalkers who will watch this video, to the government, middle finger to you, and the police handlers. But to all my true TIs, I love you. God bless you. And may the Lord protect and guide you in all His ways. In the name of His Son, Jesus, I pray that, and I hope it sticks, you know. Anyways, I'm out. Peace.